All right, welcome back to another episode of Dre and J. Today we going to start a new segment called Agree or Disagree, and pretty much me and Dre are gonna present four different statements to each other, and we're gonna decide whether we agree or disagree with that statement. It's kind of like overreactions, like is it a overreaction or is it not an overreaction? That type of thing. So, Dre, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go first, and then we'll kind of switch back and forth. So, what is your first statement to start out? Agree or disagree?
Lamar is going to be the MVP after the season is over.
Mm.
That'll give him two for his career.
I'll be honest with you, that's a hard one.
It's a regular
Um,
season award. Remember that.
True. Um, Honestly, I think right now it's between him and Jonathan Taylor. Is that a little far fetched?
I agree. I agree. Depends on where the Colts finish off in the season.
I'm gonna
What
go
what
ahead.
was the Vikings record when Adrian Peterson won it? Was that the team you
Um,
played for at the time?
I'm gonna be 100%. I don't remember.
Let's see.
Let
Take a
me
look
see
here.
if that's an interesting question.
Because
But
it's
I'll go
been
ahead.
for the past couple of years, it's been a quarterback award for some reason. Maybe a running back, finally wins that after a while.
That's true. I'm gonna go ahead and say agree. Um, Even though I think Lamar Jackson has had a very good season so far. Yeah, he's had some, maybe one bad game and then maybe one okay game. But I mean, hey, you know, can't expect these guys to be 1,000% perfect, all year. I think he's having an excellent career. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with that statement. I think that he would definitely. I think he can win the MVP. I think it'll be either between him and Jonathan Taylor. But if I had to pick one guy, I would pick Lamar Jackson. I agree. What do you think?
That's why I asked you, bro. That was my that
Oh,
was my
so you were expecting me to agree with you?
nah. I actually thought that you had somebody else in mind, but you would have
Oh,
been crazy to pick anybody else. Kyler's been hurt half the season.
okay.
Um,
I think he was actually one of my front runners, but after missing all these games, which obviously it's not his fault, he got injured, but I have to kind of pretty much take him out of the race. All right, that was a good one to start out. My first statement. The Patriots can win the AFC East. Agree or disagree?
I fully agree.
Mm. Why do you think?
Because the Bills are going to be playing some toss-up games. This is their remaining schedule. Um, let's see here. Let's see their
It's
remaining.
very interesting because off the top of my head, while you find that New England plays Buffalo twice before the end of the season, so it's going to be very
Correct.
interesting to see.
And the Bills. So this is the Bills' remaining schedule. Saints. I believe they could win that game. This is Thanksgiving.
Hmm. That
Um,
should be a good
they
one.
play the Patriots next week. Well, actually, December 6th. Then they play the Bucks. I
Mm.
don't think they win that game.
That's tough. Is that in Buffalo?
Let's see here. It's at Tampa Bay.
Mm.
Then you have Carolina going up to Buffalo.
Okay, should be another
That
good
all
one.
depends on how Cam plays. And then they play the Falcons. I'll give them that. And then they play the Patriots again and the Jets. They could probably split with the Patriots and beat the Jets. So it all comes down to whatever the Patriots do to end off the season. Let's see. Patriots. Patriots have Titans. Both of us, we talked about that earlier. We believe that Bill Belichick is going to win that game.
I believe the
Defense
Patriots
is
are going
going
to
to
win.
win that game. And then the Patriots have the Bills, and then the Patriots have the Colts.
That should be that'll be a tough one for both teams.
That's pretty interesting because Carson Wentz has played well in Foxborough for the most part. Nelson Aguilar doesn't drop that ball. We're having a different conversation.
Here we
I'm
go.
sorry. I'm sorry. But Nelson Aguilar holds on to that ball, bro. We know what Carson Wentz does in Foxborough 2 years ago, bro. I don't want to hear it, man. So Carson Wentz actually has a running game, and they seem like they're one of the highest scoring teams in the league. If you don't know, I don't know. I don't know.
So you
So
agree
I'm
with?
gonna say a slight overreaction, but the Bills look like they have the easier schedule.
So you disagree? So you disagree that the Patriots can win the division? That the Patriots have a chance to win the division?
Correct. And Tua Tua can go into it's a home game week 17 at Miami.
It's gonna be a tough one.
For some reason we always win that game. So
Okay.
I don't know. It's possible.
Okay. All right. Looks like
It's not a far reach.
okay.
I'm leaning towards no, but
I'm surprised because we had a discussion before the cast, and you said, Brad, the Patriots are gonna be the number one seed. So and to be the number one seed, they have to win the division, right?
Yeah, but
So
Buffalo has the more explosive offense, and they control their own fate, I believe, because no, the Patriots are actually leading the division right now, but
mhm.
I
But you
just
think
don't
that
see that.
you
I
think
don't
that
see the Patriots
think
beat. I don't see the Patriots beating them twice.
I don't either. I think that it's very much likely that they could split, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see. That'll definitely be interesting. Go ahead and hit me with your next one.
Yeah, before I hit you with the next one, I don't know, bruh. The Patriots play the Jaguars. The Patriots play the Jaguars before the last game of the season, bitch. So I'm actually leaning towards it's not an overreaction. That's very much possible. That shit look crazy now that I think about it, man.
If this was a TV show, they'll need the little bleep sound that they make when people curse. Because I was about to go off on you just now, but I had to
Man,
remember. But I had to remember where I was for a second. So
Baker's a bust.
go ahead,
Baker's a bust.
dude. That's hilarious. Baker Mayfield is literally my next one too. That's crazy. Baker Mayfield a bust. I disagree. I think
Why?
that I think at this point in his career, which is still a young career, I feel like he's gonna be that guy. Which there's a lot of quarterbacks like this in the NFL. He's gonna be that guy that everything around him has to be really good in order for him to succeed. Like last year, they've had a really solid defense, had one of the best running games, and they looked amazing. They got to the second round of the playoffs and almost beat the Chiefs without a Patrick Mahomes. So,
Jamari,
Damari, what?
the man was drafted first overall, right or wrong?
I mean, that's. I mean, just because.
If you're that
No,
guy,
listen,
man,
listen, listen.
if you're
Let me
that
finish.
guy
Let me
and your
finish. Let
weapon,
me finish. Because I
they
know where you're
drafted
gonna.
him to be able to get it
Let me
done
finish. Let me
with
finish.
or without his
Let me
running
finish.
game.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Because I know where you're going with this.
Man,
Just because you're picked number one overall, just because you don't necessarily live up to that expectation, you can't label them a bust.
oh yeah?
A bust is a quarterback that gets drafted and they end up being out of the league and they're no longer a starter for the rest of their career. Baker Mayfield is definitely a starter. Will he be
Oh yeah?
elite? And well, yeah. You don't think Baker Mayfield is a legitimate starter?
The
I'm
man
not
looks
saying I
average.
never said he was. I never said he was elite, but I
The
mean,
man
you know how
the man looks straight up average
you know
and
how hard it is to find.
borderline garbage when
You
his
know how
starting
hard it.
quarterbacks don't play.
You know how hard it is to even find a quarterback that's average. I never said he was elite, but to say he's a bust, I think that's a little bit too far right now.
All right, man.
He's pretty. I would have to definitely. That's a hard disagree for me. I'm sorry.
All right, bro.
I think it's too early to say bust. A bust is like, you know what a bust is? A bust is like Tim Tebow. A bust is like Jalen Hurts. But
Oh, what's that guy? What's that guy? What's that guy
I'm
that they
just
make fun
playing.
of that the Raiders drafted? The name of that guy?
Terrell Pryor, Jamarcus Russell.
Nah. Jamarcus Russell, man.
That's a bust. Baker Mayfield is way better than that. I'm gonna have to disagree with that one.
I'll
All
even
right.
go further, man. What's the bread name from Tennessee, bruh? That black piece of shit. What's his name?
Vince Young.
Vince Young, man. Fuck, man.
Chill out, man. All right. So it's like I said, Baker Mayfield was actually my next one. I'm not even kidding. My next question was gonna be, and you're probably gonna cut my head off when I say this. Agree or disagree? Baker Mayfield will be a top 5 paid QB when he gets his next extension. Nah, I'm dead serious. Hold on. Let me finish.
Bruh, I've had enough, bruh. I've heard enough, bruh.
Let me
Please,
finish.
bruh.
Let me
Please, bruh.
finish.
I'm begging you, stop, bruh.
Let me finish. This is
All
just
right,
for
bruh. Go
conversation.
ahead, bruh.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
He's due for a contract extension in the next coming year or so. Lamar Jackson is also. We're gonna talk about that very soon, probably tomorrow. But Baker Mayfield is up for a contract extension soon.
You about to make me go
The
Triple
question,
H and spill water at
the
fucking
question
studio, bruh.
the question is when he gets his contract extension, does it have the possibility of being top 5 quarterback money?
10 times fuck no. Cause just like you said, bro, he needs everything right to be. He needs everything to be around him. Like he needs everything right to be around him. Where they finna get top 5 money for bread and then pay for
Well,
his
look at Jared Goff. He got top 5. Well, at the time he signed, he got top 5 quarterback money. Nobody looked at Jared Goff as the next Brady or the next Andrew Luck or whoever.
They spent all that bread to do what, bruh? Stink it up in the Super Bowl.
I mean, I'm just saying.
The NFC Championship, bruh.
I'm just saying. No. Don't get me wrong. I disagree. I don't think he's worth top 5 quarterback money, and I don't think he's gonna even sniff it. I just wanted to say the question for conversation.
Where he sniffed top 5 money.
I definitely think he'll cap the top. What am I trying to say?
Take your time.
He'll crack the top 10. That's what I wanted to say. I don't know why it wouldn't come out.
Yeah, top 10, of course. Yeah.
He'll crack the top 10. Top 5, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's plenty of game managers.
So we both disagree on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, bro. Next one, bro. Eagles, bro. They're making the playoffs.
Oh my gosh! I knew this Eagles fan was finna say this.
Make a case for why they're not making the playoffs. I'm gonna put the hot seat on you, bro. Because I already told you how I feel about the rest of the schedule.
I'm gonna disagree. You guys pretty much need everything to work in your favor. Like you guys have 7 losses right now or 6?
6, bro.
6. Okay.
5 and 6.
Your margin of error is kind of slim right now. Like I mentioned earlier, you guys played the Cowboys on the last game of the season in Dallas, which you know is going to be a tough game. You played a Washington football team twice, and even though they're 4-6, they're not a pushover. They've been in a lot of competitive games this season, so I really and truly believe that you guys will split with them.
Which I said that's a factor. We'll split one.
You guys play the Giants next week. I'll say that you guys will get that dub. And you played the Giants twice, right? You haven't played the Giants yet, have you? So Giants twice, Washington football team twice, and then Dallas. And then who else do you play? That's it, right? There's got to be like one more. The Jets? Okay, you guys will win that. So I feel like if you split with the football team, and I do not think you're going to beat the Cowboys in Dallas that last game. That's 2 more losses, and I don't think 8 losses is going to get you into the playoffs this year. So I'm going to go ahead and disagree. I will give you guys. I will give you the credit. You could go ahead and tear that argument apart, but I just want to say, you guys, the Eagles have gotten a lot better. Their running game, I mean, since they decided to actually run the ball, they've been a much better team. Their defense has been very good lately. Darius Slay has been playing out of his mind. So I will say you guys are a very competitive team. Um, we discussed this earlier. Could that last game of the season be a game for the division? It's possible, but Dallas would have to completely collapse for that to happen, and I just don't see that happening right now. We all know Dallas is that team that plays extremely well at the beginning of the season, and then they just fumble towards the end of the season. I don't really think it's gonna happen this season because I see a completely different Dallas team than what I've seen the past couple of years. Defense much improved, offense firing on all cylinders, even though they have some injuries right now. I don't think you guys make the
That
playoffs.
look like he falling apart, man. But that's a subject for another day, man. I just don't understand how you don't give us a chance when Dallas has
You
to
have
play
a
the Raiders.
chance. You have a
Raiders,
chance. The question was, will they make the playoffs? And I said, I disagree. You guys, anything is a chance.
bruh. Dallas. Let me continue, bruh. Dallas versus Raiders Thanksgiving. I think they'll win that game.
They'll win that game.
They'll win that game. Saints. They got Saints on Fox. That's a Thursday night game.
That's a dub.
At Saints
That's a
in the
dub.
dome. In the dome
That's a dub.
with a healthy Alvin Kamara, bruh. Stop,
Trevor
bruh.
Simeon versus that Cowboys defense.
With a healthy
That
Alvin
man finna
Kamara,
look
bruh.
crazy.
With a healthy Alvin Kamara, bruh. In the dome, bruh. Come
I
on,
didn't know.
bruh. Who
I didn't
that
know.
nation?
I didn't
Who
know
that
Alvin.
nation, bruh?
I didn't know Alvin Kamara was Barry Sanders. Let me know, bruh. That's
Man, ain't the full. They could easily, bruh, at New Orleans, bruh, in the dome, bruh.
So I don't care. What are New Orleans right now? What are they like 5-5, bruh? They don't scare me, bruh.
They're definitely they play the football team. They play the football team twice in December. Once on Sunday at a 1 o'clock game on the 12th, and then they play a Sunday night football game on the 26th. They're gonna split. They play Giants at Giants in the cold, man. It looked like them boys gonna be freezing in December, man.
That's dumb.
And if they
Man,
gotta rely on Greg DeLeg, bruh, outside up north, bruh, that's a disaster waiting to happen, bruh. Then they got the Cardinals, January 2nd. If Kyler's back by then, the Cardinals are gonna try to fight for a bye week if they still have that. I'm not
that's
sure.
fair. That's fair. I can't disagree with
So
that.
that's not gonna be a walk in the park, man. And then
Oh
they got
no.
us.
Dub.
And I don't know where you're getting this notion that the last game is gonna be in Dallas because according to
Oh, it is. Wait,
that's a Philly game, my guy.
is it?
That's a Philly game. We already
I
went
th-
there. We already went there.
I thought y'all
Nah,
first game was in Philly. I mean,
nah,
are
my
you
guy.
sure?
Week 17 at Eagles, my guy.
Are you sure about that?
The first game was at home. Was there? It was at Dallas. That was on September 27th.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So week 17, they gotta come to
I don't know
us.
why. I don't know why I thought that game. That's weird. I don't know why I thought that game was
That's why I
in
wasn't
Philly the
tripping,
last time.
man.
That's
I'm
kind of
here
weird.
bullshit, man. I wasn't tripping, man.
You should have corrected me a long time ago because all this time I'm sitting here thinking. But either way, it doesn't matter to me. I still don't think you guys are gonna beat them.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's just my opinion. I mean, I could be 100% wrong. I could be 1,000% wrong.
Me as an Eagles fan, bro, I want the division just to stick it to the ass, bro. But I'll take the wild card. And like I told you, bro, so far the Eagles, I believe we have two tiebreakers, if I'm not mistaken. The teams that are chasing that seventh and final spot in the wild card are the Carolina Panthers, which we beat. Who else? Let's see here. Carolina Panthers, who we beat. We lost to the 49ers, so we just gotta hope that they don't win any more games. Oh shit.
You have a tiebreaker versus the Saints, right?
Yeah, and we have the tiebreaker versus the Saints. That's another team that's chasing that seventh spot, man. I feel confident, man.
Get confident, you'll fold.
Bro, take the floor, bro. And look, we've beat up on other conference teams. We beat up on the Lions.
Oh my gosh, you
We
guys
beat
beat
the
up on the
Falcons.
Lions.
We beat the Falcons. Who else?
Two
What's another
trash
NFC team
teams.
we beat? The Saints. If we could beat up on the Washington football team at least once and beat the Jets, the Giants twice, bruh. Oh no, bruh. That'll give us more conference wins than them. Cause then they lose to the Rams.
Bro, this is gonna be very interesting when we come back at the end of the season, and I'm gonna
Oh,
replay
dude,
all these
that
clips.
conference record might look
I'm
crazy.
a
Oh, dude.
I'm gonna replay all these clips. You finna sound crazy, bro.
Oh yeah, replay the clip where I said Carson Wentz was gonna be a brat this year.
Nah,
Go replay that, man.
I don't
Go
think we have
replay
that.
that, man.
I don't think we have that clip.
You don't got that footage. You don't got the footage.
I think we
Yeah.
lost that one.
Yeah. Man, tripping, man.
All right. So I'm assuming you agree because you're an Eagles fan. I disagree on that one. I'm sorry.
I
I'm gonna have to
agree.
take
I
it full.
agree.
All right. All right. My next one. Cam Newton will win comeback player of the year. Agree or disagree?
Disagree. He hasn't played enough games.
So you don't think by the end of the season,
I'm gonna give it to Cordell.
okay, well let me give the benefit of the doubt. If they go to the let's say they go to the playoffs this year led by Cam Newton, do you think he has a chance to win that award?
One, they're not making the playoffs because we hold the tiebreaker.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything though. Y'all
Like
can
I
still,
said, as an Eagles fan, bro, I
you
want
have
the
to,
division. But if
you
we
gotta,
get in number 7, bro, I'm sorry, bro. The Panthers gonna have to take full.
you gotta remember, but you gotta remember what I told you though. Just because you hold the tiebreaker, it doesn't mean anything if you're not tied with that team. Who's to say that you guys are gonna have the same record at the end of the season?
Buddy.
I mean, you could read off the Panthers' schedule. Who knows? They might fold, but I'm just saying that tiebreaker only applies if you guys are tied. Who's to say they don't have a better record than you at the end of the season? You
We're
don't.
5
We
and
don't
6.
know.
We're 5 and 6, and they're 5 and 5, bro. Make it make sense, Wills. And we have the easier schedule, bro.
What you mean? Make it make sense? You guys have more losses than them. What do you
No,
mean?
they're 5 and 6 actually, bro. Because they just lost. Yeah, they're 5 and 6.
Oh, so both of y'all are 5 and 6.
5 and 6, bro. And this is who they have left, bro. They got Falcons.
That's a win.
Dolphins.
I'm not gonna comment on that. Keep going.
These are the next 2 games, bro. And, bro, I swear to God, bro, if you even say anything that's remotely biased, bro, I'm going to jump through the screen and slap the shit out you, bro. The next games, bro, I don't want to hear this, bro. Bills, Buccaneers, bro. Bills, Buccaneers, bro. Say it. I dare you.
I ain't even gonna lie.
Say it. I dare you. Who
I
got the easiest schedule to finish off the season, bro? Say it. I dare you.
Philly.
All right, I'm about to say, bro. All right, bro. And then they got Buccaneers. They got Buccaneers. The last game of the season. You know Brady loves to play for home field advantage. You know Brady loves to play for home field advantage, bro.
I like them to sneak a win.
Against who, man? Against the Falcons, man? Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, bro. Like I said, any given Sunday, bro.
And then they got the Saints. They got the Saints, bro.
You might mess around and see them beat Tampa or Buffalo. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I mean, you don't know, man. It's possible.
Cam Newton is gonna beat Tom Brady twice at the end of the season, bro.
Okay, so if it's not Cam Newton for comeback player of the year, you think it'll be Cordell Patterson?
Yeah.
Not even Joe Burrow or Carson Wentz.
That man was a journeyman. He was Carson Wentz too. Yeah. I forgot
so
about
you would
that
put
guy.
Carson. So you would put Carson Wentz in front of Cordell
bro,
Patterson, right?
Carson Wentz never left, bro. You feel me? He just had a little minor setback. You feel me? He never left, bro. Oh, shit.
Anyway, So you disagree? Cam Newton will not win Comeback Player of the Year.
Nah, he hasn't played enough games, and there's guys who have fell
But
off.
I
Like you
mean,
said, Carson Wentz
by
didn't
the
play
end of the
enough.
season, but Dre, by the end of the season, he'll have played enough games. They have like what 5-5. What do they have? 7 games left. That should be enough games. Right or
Five
wrong?
games left. 5 games left.
No,
Where you
7.
at?
They're 5 and no, they're 5. How? What it is? What is their
They're
record? 5 and
five and
6.
six. They're
So
five
they
and
have
six.
6. So they have 6 games left.
Yeah,
That should
one,
be enough
one,
games to
two, three,
determine.
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
That's not enough more games to determine. Probably not.
I say you give it to Carson Wentz because Carson Wentz is 6-5 right now, and it looks like they're gonna they're gonna run Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's gonna run them into the playoffs.
Okay, all right, that's
And,
fair.
and like you said, you brought up earlier, Carson Wentz, he has 18 touchdowns, you said, and 3
To 3
interceptions.
interceptions. Yeah, he's having a really good season. He's getting carried over there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah. What Ryan Tannehill doing this season, bruh?
they're 8-3.
Name it, bruh. What's his stats, bruh? Name it. Oh, the team is 8-3.
Yeah, you're right. The team is
The
eating
team is
3.
8-3, bruh. Okay.
You're right. Sad trying to debate
Bruh.
me, bro. What's your next one, man?
My last one. Let me see. This man tripping, bruh.
Hit me.
Patriots are a Super Bowl contender.
I'm gonna have to agree. As much as I hate to say it,
That defense is scary.
they have the number 1 defense in the league right now. If you didn't know, like that team, like you don't understand how good like having a great defense makes your team look that much better. And they're like Mac Jones, he's not really doing anything hugely spectacular in my opinion.
There's no pressure on him.
But they can run the ball, and exactly, there's not really a huge amount of pressure for him to put up an insane amount of points because their defense is holding the other
Stingy
teams.
as hell.
Jason said, "Thanks for having me on tonight." Jason, if you want, you could be on the next one. I'll message you. But I lost my train of thought. But the Patriots offense, they really don't have anything crazy that they have to do because the defense is holding the other teams to minimum points. It's gonna be crazy to see what happens versus the Titans without Derrick Henry because it looks like all they're gonna do is just double stick AJ Brown and say beat me with everybody else. And that game might get out of hand very fast, and then I'll have to hear about Dre why Tannehill's a bust. But I'm gonna have to agree. I think that their defense can probably carry them into the playoffs. They have a really good running game. I feel like the Patriots possibility of getting to the Super Bowl, I agree. I think it's possible. What's your stance on that?
I told you from the jump, bro. And you could go watch the previous Dre and Jay episodes. I said that they were gonna be a serious threat going into the year, bro. But you ain't want to believe it, bro.
What video did you say that? I don't remember this.
Go. I don't remember either, but go look it up, bro.
This
But
man
I
said, I
told
don't
you,
remember either.
I said that I felt like Matt Jones was gonna be like that game manager type of guy, the system QB like Brady was. Their stats, me and you went over the stats. He's very similar to Brady's first year, and a defense like that can carry any quarterback, I feel, into the playoffs.
Okay. All right. That's fair. So it looks like we both agree on that one. All right. My last one is Kenny Galladay will be traded or asked to take a pay cut after the season. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
I just think, I mean, he signed a big contract with that team to become the number 1 guy. He's been injured more than half of the season. I just don't think it's gonna be a long-term thing in New York for him. He can't stay healthy. he signed a 4-year, $72 million contract. That's $18 million a year, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is definitely top 5 for receivers right now in the league. I definitely think New York is gonna probably clean house after the season, and they're probably gonna look to move him to another team or try to ask him to take a pay cut, because I don't think they can't cut him. He has like 40 million guaranteed on the contract, so they're gonna have to eat all that money if they cut him. So you're pretty much gonna be paying a guy to not be on your team. They're not gonna do that. So I definitely think that it's not gonna be he's not gonna be on that team very long, in my opinion. I don't think. I think a team, who knows, they might try to another team might try to buy a draft pick from them. Like I remember when I don't know if you remember, but when the Texans wanted to get rid of Brock Osweiler and the Browns say, "Hey, we'll go ahead and take him, and but you got to give us a first round pick to take that contract." I wouldn't be shocked to see another team do something like that.
Yeah.
Do you have any final? I think you said you agree too. Do you have any final remarks about Galladay?
I think with Galladay, bro, it's just been such a disappointment. I had the Giants being one of those high-powered offenses this year, and making some noise. And it's just crazy how most of the receivers haven't been able to play. Sterling Shepard, him, and also Saquon. Actually, Saquon hasn't been bad this year. It's just that Daniel Jones looks crazy, and they've never gotten a chance to get in the rhythm and put something together. So I think they just try to move on. They just fired um Jason Garrett, the offensive coordinator. I think they try to move on and see if they could rebuild that offense this
Do you
offseason.
think?
So
Do
yeah.
you think? Do you think that there's a very high chance that this is Daniel Jones' last season as a New
as a
York
start,
Giant?
as a starting quarterback too.
Mm.
This is last season as a starting quarterback. It's gonna
I'm
be
not.
hard for him to claw his way back into a starting role.
I'm not sure who 223 G223 is, but he said I traded for him in fantasy, and the guy's an idiot. I would send him back to the CFL. The sad part about it is when he's healthy, he's a beast, but he's never healthy. That's the problem. He's never healthy. It's crazy. But we'll go ahead and wrap this up. I feel like this is a good segment. We'll definitely have to do this again next week with
Yeah,
some bold
bruh.
statements.
Even though you pissed me off with your statements, bro. That's one of those pretty good
How? Yeah,
statements, man.
I had some good statements. You had some pretty good ones too. So we'll hit you guys. We'll definitely see you guys tomorrow.
For
Maybe
some reason, because for some reason, the Eagles have the easiest schedule to finish off the season, and you think we can't
oh
get it
my,
out? Okay, bro.
I
You think
never
we can't beat the Eagles? We can't beat the Cowboys at home, bro. Come on,
I
come
never
on.
said, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I never said you guys can't make it to the playoffs. I said I don't think you will. There's a difference. There's a chance.
All right.
I just don't think it's gonna happen. I'm glad. I don't know if he left or it took him out, but he was saying a bunch of nonsense, so rightfully so. But we're gonna go ahead and call that quits. Oh, never mind.
I'm bad. Well,
I was just telling the viewers that it's not a shocker that you left. YouTube shut down your channel for spewing out nonsense.
they
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead
trying to
and wrap up.
censor me. They trying
You're
to
gonna.
censor me.
Is there anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
Nah, that's it. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Dre and J. All right, 223s. I see you. Lucas. Thank you for liking, comment, and subscribing in advance. Y'all take care. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section.
All right, peace.